With over 60 new cars now supporting the Imani Tech missile lock-on jammer, it can get tricky to decide for which cars you should buy this expensive upgrade. That's why in this video I will tell you the best cars you should buy the upgrade for and why. Overall, the best car that you should definitely think of buying is the Ocelot Virtue. It will cost a staggering $0 since you can actually get this vehicle completely for free. If you want to know how to get it, watch this video where I explain that, and it is quite simple to do. The Virtue is overall the best since it has all the best things you might want in a car. It is the quickest car in the game, having the highest acceleration speed out of all cars in GTA 5, which is very useful for traversing the city and running away from people really quickly. It, as all the other cars in this video, have missile lock-on jammer, but even if this car gets hit with an explosive, it will still be fine since it can withstand 12 homing rockets, which will keep you safe inside the car even if you get hit by a random rocket or someone's RPG. Besides the point, it looks quite great and it is really fun to drive since it is just so nimble and quick. If you just need an Imani car with the missile jammer, I suggest you buy or get the Virtue for free since it is the best overall car out of all the cars I will mention. But if you have it or want the other Imani cars for more specific reasons, keep watching since other vehicles are really great as well. The problem with the Virtue that you might face is that it is only a 2-seater car, and if you're doing missions or just playing the game with 4 people, you will need a car that can fit all of them. For that, the best 4-seater Imani car is the Bravado Buffalo STX. Even if you don't even consider that it has 4 seats, I will say that the STX is a wonderful pick, and usually I just use the STX when I want to drive an Imani vehicle. That is simply because it is more of a regular car compared to Virtue, and it is easier to predict how the car will handle on the road, and on the other hand with the Virtue you mostly will just be bumping into things since it just accelerates too quickly to be able to manage it easily, so you will be clipping some corners. You know what rhymes with clipping? Clicking, and you should really consider clicking that subscribe button. Thank you. Besides the acceleration, it won't be much slower. STX of course will not be as quick since it is a rear-wheel drive and not electric car, but the top speed will be considerably faster, so you indeed will be moving faster when you reach the car's maximum speed. As with the Virtue, STX will be able to withstand the same 12 homing rockets, so it is just as great in that category too. So if you need a 4-door or don't want the Virtue for some reason, this will be the second best Imani car, which can also fit your whole crew. Now, if you're starting up or you are on a budget, the Imponte Duco Dev will be an amazing vehicle for everything. The budget part might be confusing since I mentioned before that you can get the Virtue completely for free, but to get it you will still need to do some missions and you will most definitely need a car. The Duco Dev comes standard with quite well bulletproofed windows where enemies can't shoot you from the back, and from the front enemies will have quite a small hole where they can shoot from. But the NPCs that you will be fighting against won't have that great of an aim to get you that quickly, so you will be fine. However, the side windows are just cosmetic and anyone will be able to shoot you even though there are what seems like metal grates on the windows, so just be careful and don't turn the car's side to the enemies. Besides that, this car can withstand 9 homing rockets, which paired with the missile lock-on jammer will make this car really amazing for beginner players and even great for just us. Comment if you still use the Duco Dev, I'm quite interested since even I still use it even though I have all the Imani cars. And this combination will cost you around $1 million, which is significantly less expensive than other options, so if you need an Imani car on a budget, this is your best bet. Another reason you might want an Imani car is not necessarily for missions or free roam fights. Maybe you just want to enjoy the game in peace without being bothered by those pesky broomsticks. And if you do want to do that, you will want to do it probably with a fast car. And currently the fastest car rated by the top speed, which has the missile lock-on jammer, is the new Bravado Banshee GTS. This car is not only the fastest Imani car, but it is also quite quick, being the 6th quickest Imani vehicle from the launch out of all 80 vehicles. The top speed is really helpful if you need to get to the other side of the map as quick as possible, whether it is for missions or just because you're racing someone. And if you're fortunate enough to be playing on a console, you will have an option to upgrade this car to HSW in the LS car meet, making the Banshee way faster with an insane top speed of 172 miles per hour, which is almost as fast as the Avenger airplane, which is quite insane. Unfortunately, us PC players don't get to enjoy the speed, but at least this car is still the fastest out of the regular versions of Imani cars. Bonus, if you want to drag race this car, it will perform amazing since it has great top speed and quick acceleration, and if your opponents get angry when they lose against you, they won't be able to easily explode you because of the jammer. Really hypothetical scenario, but it could work, you would never know. Now there is also one vehicle that, apart from having the missile lock-on jammer, also has amazing protection against homing rockets, nothing like other Imani cars. I'm talking about the Terrorbyte, which is the only vehicle that can go into agency building but still has the jammer upgrade. To get the jammer, it would be more difficult since you would need to own the Darnell Bros garment factory, since only there you can buy this upgrade together with some other upgrades which I won't cover in this episode. The Terrorbyte can withstand a staggering 34 homing rockets, which makes it the 4th most resistant vehicle against explosives in the whole game. And since it is a big and quite a sluggish vehicle, you can expect that even with the jammer you will get hit driving this big truck. But you might be confused why I would even recommend this truck for you. Well, you might get a point why it is useful to own, since it is the only place where you can upgrade Oppressor Mark II to have the homing rockets instead of the useless machine guns, but I can tell you now that even if you want to drive it, it is not that useless. First of all, it is well armored, so you don't have to worry about getting exploded, and second of all, if you're getting attacked, you can just go into the back of it and pull out your Mark II Oppressor to fight your attackers. Obviously, most of the time this truck is quite useless to drive, since it is only really good when you are bored and want to drive something more interesting, but nevertheless it is the most armored Imani vehicle. Apart from a lot of cars and even the truck, some motorbikes also got the missile lock-on jammer upgrade, and the one I would recommend to buy is the Pegassi Bati 801. It is not the fastest bike either in top speed or around the track, but what it is cheap. If you want a better bike than this, you will have to go for the Nagasaki Shotaro, which costs $2.2 million, and the Bati will only set you back $15,000. And it is not only cheap, but it is also quite great. It is fast and nimble, so around the city and on the road it will be amazing. And even if you need to go off-road or need to go over some obstacles, you can easily do that, since this bike is one of those that upon hitting an object while doing a wheelie will launch you in the air. This feature helps to get over obstacles and to overall have some fun, since you can do some pretty cool stunts. So if you want a bike and don't want to be harassed by homing rockets, here you go. This video is coming after both Christmas and New Year's, so happy New Year's to you, and hopefully you got what you wanted during Christmas and most importantly had a quality time both with your families and friends. And as always, I will see you lovely people on the next one. Have a wonderful day.